Ladies and gentlemen, the Cincinnati Bengals are back and they are completely finished with rookie minicamp, and now we're getting into phase 2 of this year's offseason. Now that includes getting some of the veterans in Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase and pretty much everybody on the team now mixed in with those rookies that spent the last week or two in rookie minicamp. Now this is when things get a little bit exciting. We're going to see a lot of highlights, a lot of footage. We're going to hear some news, some notes, some observations from the last few practices, including a bunch of these guys. So get ready to hear about that. Before we dive into the video, I need you guys to do me a big time favor and go give a follow to all of the Bengals media members on X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it, because I want to give all credit where credit is due, and that is with them, because without them, these videos are not possible to make. They're going to keep you guys updated with all the highlights, news, and notes as practice is happening in real time. So go give them a follow on X. And with that being said, let's kind of dive into the video and break down this mini camp. I guess it's not really mini camp yet. It's more just voluntary workouts. Now, right here, we're going to see a lot of workouts from some defensive linemen, some O-linemen, some linebackers. But to start off this video, I did want to talk about the wide receiver room and a guy that's starting to look pretty good going into year 2. Now, obviously, you have Jamar Chase and you have T. Higgins, two cornerstones of this offense in this wide receiver room. You bring back T. Higgins, obviously Jamar Chase as well, as he's going to be here for a while. But from there, you have a couple of guys that not only look good, but are starting to break out. And one of them that I wouldn't say is surprising me, but someone that definitely needs to be better going into next year is Jermaine Burton. And so far, again, I know it is just rookie minicamp and not rookie minicamp. It is just voluntary workouts, but so far, so good for Jermaine Burton. Looks a little bit quicker, faster. The footwork looks a lot better. So Jermaine Burton is someone that I am really focusing on going into OTAs and mandatory minicamp. Let's see if he can take the momentum that he has gotten over the last few weeks and sustain it, translate it into some more football going forward. But getting outside the wide receiver room, this team has some pretty... Now, during these voluntary workouts, the defensive coordinator came out and started talking a lot about, supporting the quarterback and how he can affect supporting a quarterback, even though he's coaching the defensive side of the ball. And one thing that they're really trying to focus in on, as you could tell from this rep right here, is forcing fumbles, right? Getting QB sacks, getting pressure on the quarterback, and creating turnover opportunities. So DC said, hey, listen, the one thing that we can do to win more football games is getting to the quarterback, and that is something that they're going to continue to do going forward. Right here, you see, I believe, Howard Cross the third. I believe he's wearing 95, so that should be him. He's trying to make this football team as a UDFA free agent, as more of a defensive tackle. But again, that is one thing they're prioritizing right now, getting to the quarterback. Now, another big takeaway was actually from the offensive line. Obviously, there are some guys that they drafted, including Dylan Fairchild, who, slots in probably at the left guard position. We'll see how he develops going forward. You also draft Jalen Rivers. Now, it looks like right now you have Orlando Brown, you got Cordell Volson, you got Ted Karras, you got Marius Mims at right tackle, who was your first round pick last offseason. But the biggest question mark right now is right guard. Now, obviously, we can assume that big number 61 here, Cody Ford, will probably be the starter. At least, again, we can assume so. But at the end of the day, we just don't know yet. They brought in a free agent in Lucas Patrick from, I believe, New Orleans is where he came from. Another guy that adds a little bit of versatility. Now, when you look at the offensive line right here, some guys you like Ted Karras, right? And then you got Cody Ford at that right guard, and then Marius Mims. So this looks like you're probably starting right side of the offensive line, I would have to guess. And then tight end, I'm not sure. That could be Mike Gesicki. Can't tell number there. Also could be Drew Sample. But again, I think you're going to see a lot of 11 and 12 personnel out of this team going into next year, trying to run the football. Unfortunately, Eric All Jr. is going to be out for the entirety of the season. Really wish he was healthy, because I think he would add a lot of field stretching capabilities, but he will be out this season. I think you'll see a lot of Mike Gesicki and Drew Sample. Now, there is a defensive rookie that I feel like we need to talk about, Barrett Carter. Now, before we get into Barrett Carter and what he adds to this football team, do me a big favor, guys. hit that like button if you want more Cincinnati Bengal updates throughout not only the rest of voluntary minicamp, but we're about to start OTAs here in a couple of days. We got mandatory minicamp in a couple of weeks, and then obviously training camp in a couple of months. If you want me to break down almost every single practice for the Bengals, I need you guys to do me a favor. Comment down below P2. This lets me know that not only do you guys want a part 2, more updates, but you guys are enjoying the videos thus far. And lastly, the most important thing, make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. It is free, it doesn't cost anything, and we got you guys covered with more updates throughout the entirety of not only the offseason, but preseason, regular season, everything. We got you guys covered. Now, let's talk about Barrett Carter, 4th round pick linebacker. You also have Demetrius Knight, Shemar Stewart defensively as well, but this is a guy that is practicing, is on the football field, and putting in a lot of work. The one thing I love about this dude is the sideline-to-sideline speed and his ability to be more of a probably a weak side backer in some situations, but could play in the dime just because of his ball skills and his ability to, you know, have that sideline-to-sideline speed. That athleticism is something that has really stood out to all of the Bengals coaches. Got great footwork, a great change of direction, and someone that can read and react to what the running back wants to do, what the quarterback wants to do. So Barrett Carter is someone that has stood out to a lot of people thus far in rookie minicamp heading into voluntary workouts. We'll see how Demetrius Knight Jr. and Shemar Stewart play when they get to practice, because I believe they're both holding in right now. They don't have their contract signed, which is, dude, it is crazy how the Bengals always find themselves in this situation. I mean, Trey Hendrickson, why are we not paying Trey Hendrickson? He had almost 16.5 sacks, 17 sacks last year. You need guys that can get to the quarterback. And without Trey Hendrickson, you are putting yourself in a really bad position with, Miles Murphy, Joseph Asai, TJ Slayton. But behind that, right, you don't even have Shemar Stewart signed yet. What are they going to do? Now, like I said, TJ Slayton is a guy that has tremendous size, versatility, footwork, speed, block shed ability. This is going to be a big-time addition to their defensive line. I'm not going to lie. I do think this was a really good signing for them. But the biggest question mark right now, at least for me, guys, is what is happening with Trey Hendrickson. What is happening with Shemar Stewart? Get these guys signed as soon as possible and head into the season with the ability to win a lot of football games. I think the secondary looks good. But if you don't have Trey Hendrickson and or Shemar Stewart, man, you might even write the season off being with that defensive line anyway, being really, really underwhelming. But with those guys, it's really good. So they have a lot of work to do to sign some of these guys, get them onto the football field, and see how they work together. So with that being said, we're going to end the video. Let me know who you're most excited to see, whether it be a free agent signing, whether it be a rookie. Who are you most excited to see throughout not rookie minicamp, OTAs, mandatory minicamp, and training camp as well? One of my favorites, Tahj Brooks. I know we didn't talk too much about him, but I think he could be a really big-time contributor. Maybe not this year, but in 2 years from now, I think he could be huge for them. We know Chase Brown was a 5th-round pick a couple years ago, 2023. Tahj Brooks, 6th-round draft pick, man. Don't take that draft capital to the heart. We know what Chase Brown did, and I think Tahj Brooks can have a similar type of pathway to NFL stardom in the NFL. Peyton Thorne, UDFA quarterback out of Auburn. Interesting signing. But we'll see what they do next, guys. Hit the like button, subscribe, join the family. And with that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next update for the Cincinnati Bengals. Should be very, very soon. I'll see you guys then. Peace.